Welcome to Jordan, Ancient Kingdom, Modern Perspectives. History has proven that in places where East and West have merged and blended, elements combine and create a harmonious medley. There is living proof that the fusion of cultures brings about great things. Ahlan wa salam. Welcome to Jordan. The Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan is quite simply extraordinary and is one of the world's most unforgettable and rewarding destinations. It is a fascinating mix of modern and ancient, of earth and water, of the exotic and the mundane. Though surrounded by instability, Jordan is the safest country in the region by a long shot. Jordan is the face of the moderate Middle East.
Jordan is a country of great natural beauty, geographic diversity, but more than that, Jordan, I think, is a country of tremendous beauty in terms of its people. It's a country that's based on tolerance, on respect for the other, on mutual understanding, and on diversity. And Jordanians very much appreciate and are very happy to really, meet people from other countries, to be able to receive people in a very welcoming way. And I think the strength of Jordan has always been, as I say, the tolerance and understanding of the other, and within the makeup of our society itself, a great love and respect for each other. And so really, I think it's a place where you find harmony.
Jordan is the heart of the Holy Land. The people in Jordan are a mix of Arab, Christians, and Muslims, and who are privileged to be the custodians of the holy sites. A peaceful country in a more of a turmoil area, however, with the leadership of King Abdullah and the Hashemites, and the wise leadership of our Senate, our Parliament, and the people of Jordan. We have managed to stay the course.
Jordan is bordered by Syria and Iraq to the north, Saudi Arabia to the south, and to the west, Israel or Palestine, depending on your politics.
Jordan is in the middle of many Arab countries, and always I say it is like a heart in the body, pumping blood all over the place and receiving sometimes some toxins from these areas. But we have a strong body to try to forget about the bad side of the whatever comes from outside.
Well, Jordan's a country that's at peace with itself, and it's at peace with its neighbors, including Israel. It's a country that has benefited from and understands the benefits of a course of moderation and of peace. It has a leadership that is bold in describing that vision of moderation and is taking on the challenge of the extremists, whether directly on the political level or in trying to shape an ideological message to counter those who try to pervert Islam and the language of Islam to somehow justify what is totally unjustified in terms of terrorism and violence.
For all its history, Jordan is far from being stuck in the past. The capital, Amman, is a thoroughly modern and rapidly developing city. The government is stable, with leanings towards democracy under a constitutional monarchy headed by His Majesty King Abdullah II and his wife, Her Majesty Queen Rania Al Abdullah.
The very first thing is that the king has the backing of his people and the trust. And therefore, when he has gone out to look for the transformation process and see how he could bring his country to the 21st century, this whole bunch of laws and regulations that were brought in have given his leadership a new style. He's resolved, bold, and to the point.
Coming up next, human issues at a national level. For more information, visit www.us-television.tv.
Crown Plaza Amman, the place to meet. Elzai, the Italian quality-tailored garment manufacturer, is a true example of what peace and economic cooperation can bring to this part of the world. Elzai exports its garments to the USA and Europe duty-free, and now Elzai is launching its English licensed brand Taylor & Lodge in New York. People values, product values, Elzai.
For more information, visit www.us-television.tv. The majority of Jordan's population are Muslim Arabs, with a small Christian Arab minority. The population has increased dramatically over the last few decades, and almost 50% of the people are below the age of 14.
This presents a major challenge for the government in terms of providing the young Jordanians with quality education and relevant education that would equip our young Jordanians with the knowledge, skills, and proper attitudes in order to compete in the international labor force and be able to provide for themselves decent living. Major reforms have been introduced to the educational system in Jordan in order to meet the aspirations and the vision of His Majesty in making Jordan an ICT hub for the Middle East. Namely, a lot of activities focusing on the retraining of teachers, the reauthoring of curricula, the introduction of computerization into the schools, and starting on focus on early childhood education and focusing on preschool education at the early stages of a child's life.
Rising poverty, unemployment, and high levels of migration into the cities are of great concern to the government. Her Royal Highness Princess Basma bin Talal, the only sister of His Majesty the late King Hussein, established the Jordanian Hashemite Fund for Human Development to address such issues at a national level.
I have come to see how increasingly development is totally tied to a rights-based approach. So one looks beyond human rights as a political process, but also to everyday needs. I mean, the right to education, the right to decent health. What's very important here in Jordan is the educational process. We have no natural resources, so human resources are the country's wealth, and so education has always been the priority for every individual, community and family to be able to make the most of those opportunities. Government and non-government programs really seek to work very closely together to, be cooperative, collaborative, because at the end of the day, it is the two entities together, both the public sector and civil society represented by NGOs, that can really get things going on the ground.
Jordan is considered to be one of the most progressive countries in the Middle East in terms of granting and ensuring women's rights. One of their flagship projects is called Makana, a citizen-led movement where women advocacy groups identify rights abuses in their communities and take collective action to resolve the situation.
It is really a very innovative project. It empowers women, but it empowers women at the grassroots level. And through capacity building and training is working with women so that they really become local activists and advocates for their own local community priority needs, working very closely with other existing entities, both governmental and non-governmental, municipal councils. And these women really are something to behold in the field. They have really defined very clearly where they want to go and how they want to cooperate and coordinate with other, as I say, organizations, and they're making a difference.
Jordan has nurtured a strong relationship with the United States since the 1940s.
The relationship between the United States and Jordan arguably has never been stronger. We have many challenges in the region, but in Jordan we have a really tremendous partner. The King and the people of Jordan appreciate the relationship with the United States and are working with us together to try to meet the challenges of the region, whether in Iraq or next door in Palestine.
Though recent developments in U.S. foreign policy have put a strain on an issue of regional sensitivity.
The problem of the United States, it used to be the beloved country in the area. But since the establishment of Israel, things have turned back. Neither Israel nor the Americans understand the psychology of an Arab. They think that by a whip they can make them kneel down. To the contrary, an Arab will never kneel down with a stick, but he will kneel down with a good word. And our relation with the United States all the way through being to put them in the proper picture and give them the best of advice how to deal with the area. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't.
Well, Jordanians, for the most part, like Americans. Thousands of Jordanians have studied in America, and they like American culture, and they like Americans as individuals. American policy is not so popular at the popular level. There's a lot of criticism, but there's an ability by most Jordanians, I believe, to draw a distinction between attitudes toward U.S. foreign policy and attitudes toward Americans as people.
The people's reaction to an American, they try to be very, they want to talk politics maybe and advise how American foreign policy should be ran. I think that the American businessmen to Jordan, coming to Jordan, should be a little bit more patient. That's as far as I can see negativeness. The rest is very positive.
Coming up next, commercial appeal. For more information, visit www.us-television.tv.
The Jordan Phosphate Mines Company is the world's 6th largest phosphate rock producer. At JPMC, we also produce phosphoric acid and fertilizers. Our recent privatization has streamlined our business. We're ready to launch partnerships and joint ventures to explore Jordan's potential. Our valued employees and our long-term reputation are the foundations of our business. The Jordan Phosphate Mines Company. Let's make a difference.
Vivacious and dynamic team synergy, short turnaround times, state-of-the-art technology, and quality tailored solutions at competitive prices. That's classic fashion. Our long-term association with American buyers has always kept us on our toes to improve and expand. We know precisely what our global customers need, and we deliver. Satisfied employees drive us forward. Satisfied customers take us to the pinnacle. Classic fashion.
Some of the region's best-known construction projects are ours, the MID Contracting Company. Winner of the King Abdullah II Award for Excellence, we are working to international standards and are always exceeding expectations. We have a reputation for integrity and quality. MID Contracting Company, your total construction and contracting solutions provider.
For more information, visit www.us-television.tv. In recent years, Jordan has made considerable progress toward achieving macroeconomic stability and implementing economic reform, especially in the areas of privatization and improving the business and investment climate. It stands out in the region as a model of sound, investor-friendly economic policy.
We are looking for having American companies to come to invest in Jordan, in particular because we have a free trade agreement with the US, and at that time it was the fourth of its kind. We have qualified industrial zones with the Americans. So we used to export to the US market, and our exports increased from about $10 million in 1999 to about $1.2 billion last year. So we want to attract more foreign direct investment, in particular from the US and US investors to come to invest in Jordan, in particular in privatization program.
The most important thing that Jordan gives to a foreign investor is the ability to penetrate not only the local market, but also the regional market. We have all the agreements that enable anybody who produces a service or a commodity in Jordan to get this service or commodity in other countries in the region. And of course, we all know that the region has extremely lucrative markets.
Jordan is looking to establish itself as a base for regional and international trade. The Free Trade Agreement and the further development of the Special Economic Zone of Aqaba are augmenting Jordan's economic prospects and commercial appeal.
It's a very big economical venture by itself, which there are no taxes, there are very little tax. So a lot of people import there from around the world and then re-export it to the around countries. So it has become a hub.
Jordan is the 6th largest phosphate rock producer and the 2nd largest exporter of phosphate rock in the world, just after the United States. Phosphate rock and potash are the largest exporters in terms of revenue. Jordan is also starting to become a hub for manufacturing and information technology, and has forged a comprehensive, high-quality system to develop the human capital of its citizens.
The human capital in Jordan is considered to be the best in the region, and the reason behind that is, of course, because our universities produce the best doctors, they produce the best engineers, and they produce the best computer graduates. This enables the activities or investment activities in Jordan be as competitive as they can be. And of course, I have to add the fact that this workforce is considered to be cheaper than our competitors.
The banking system is comprised of various commercial, investment, and Islamic banks. The Central Bank of Jordan is the system's regulatory authority.
We conduct monetary policy, we're independent. Also, we do bank supervision. We're responsible for the safety and soundness of the banking system. I think what we do helps the investment climate in many ways. Basically, it makes the rate of return on investments competitive. If we have the right inflation rate, the right interest rate, and the right exchange rate, all three constitute actually the real return on investments. And in that way, we contribute, I think, to the attractiveness of our investment climate.
The Amman Stock Exchange was established in March 1999. Together with the Securities Depository Center and the Jordan Securities Commission, the Amman Stock Exchange guarantees a healthy capital market.
Amman Stock Exchange is considered one of the most active stock exchanges in the Middle East in terms of development, in terms of technology, in terms of transparency.
We ensure that the market is working according to the international standards. It is working accordingly, and we ensure that the investor is protected, be it local or otherwise. 45% of our investors are really non-Jordanians. We do not tolerate any abuse in the market. We work according to international rules, and disclosure is our motto.
The mission of the Security Depository Centers to build a central registry and depository in the kingdom, to become an integral part of transparent, viable, fair, and efficient capital market, along with our reliable systems overseeing registration, safekeeping, clearing and settlement of trading securities with a full compliance of international standard and best practice. Your investment in the Jordanian capital market is made secure.
We have a transparent market, regulated market, and a market that meets international practice. So this is an invitation for investment in the Amman Stock Exchange, and I consider Amman Stock Exchange is open for investment.
Coming up next, a kingdom of treasures. For more information, visit www.us-television.tv.
Enter a world of European flair, combined with Jordanian hospitality when visiting Le Méridien Amman. The Grand Lobby, 7 restaurants and bars, the Royal Convention Center, the Leisure Club, and the newly renovated rooms and suites provide the discerning business and leisure traveler with the luxury one expects. Le Méridien Amman, your luxurious home away from home.
Get this feeling. Europcar.
For more information, visit www.us-television.tv. Western travelers have been exploring the diverse countries of the Middle East for well over a century. But Jordan remains a newcomer to tourism, welcoming only a fraction of the numbers who visit neighboring Egypt and Israel. Yet one thing remains certain: the country leaves an indelible mark on every visitor's imagination.
Jordan is a unique destination for tourists. Look at the richness in its biblical and the holy sites that we have. Here in Jordan, where Moses led his people to the Promised Land. Here in Jordan, where Jesus was baptized. Here in Jordan, where Muhammad was first prophesied to be the forthcoming messenger. Here in Jordan, where Abraham came to rescue his nephew Lot. Here in Jordan, where we have Petra. Here in Jordan, where we have the beautiful Greco-Roman ruins, the culture of the two empires that had at one time ruled this area. Here in Jordan is the heart and the cradle of the 3 monotheistic religions. I think this in itself is unique, let alone the natural, we are here at the Dead Sea, the lowest spot on earth. This is the world's largest natural spa on earth.
It's becoming more and more popular, and people visiting Jordan, experiencing that unbelievable knowledge and experience that they are getting through their stay. They are ambassadors while they leave this country and talking about what the experience they had. And the word of mouth is playing a big role, better than any marketing or PR that we do ourselves.
Images of the ancient Nabatean city of Petra, carved from rock over 1,000 years ago, have long been most Americans' first impression of Jordan. But while indeed Petra is one of the most stunning attractions of the Middle East, Jordan offers so much more. country is sprinkled with hotels and resorts on par with some of the best found in Europe and the United States. A recent surge in hotel construction is a testament to the growing number of travelers into Jordan, bringing not only tourist dollars, but investments as well.
Investment in tourism is on the rise in Jordan, and we have plenty of opportunities, and many people are taking advantage of that. We have about 6,400 tourism sites, and we believe that they need plenty of development. There are places that are also in need of significant development, and we are inviting friends and investors from all over the world, and especially the United States.
No visitor to Jordan is unmoved by its sheer beauty. Above all else, the most enduring memory of Jordan is likely to be its people.
We believe in freedom, we believe in respect for human rights, we believe in opportunity for the individual. And so I would say that, if our friends from America were to come and visit us here, they would find a lot that would make them feel so much at home.
To come to Jordan, come to the Middle East, come to the Holy Land, come to where it all started, the three great monotheistic religions. Follow the steps of Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad. And I'm sure you will find the comfort that you seek.
We would love for the American people to come to Jordan. We would say Ahlan wa Sahlan, which means in Arabic, you are so welcome. And we are in a safe climate. You would feel completely, as I say, cherished, and we want you to come and see us, so please make it soon.
Thank you for watching Jordan, Ancient Kingdom, Modern Perspectives. See why investing and visiting this country is a powerful idea, and the time to do so has come.